Hey, you guys. Today I'm going to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 7, episode 17. It was a messy episode. It was kind of lackluster, but whatever. Um, it started off with Phaedra and Porsha, and Phaedra goes to Porsha's house, and Porsha is cooking like 6 sausages in a skillet. I'm like, girl, what are you cooking? What are you? This old fake ass thing. Then you got high heels on. Girl, I'm like, girl, if you don't go put on no high shoes or no sandals and walk your ass in that kitchen, girl, boo. That's why I was like, this is so fake. Because I'm like, who? I was laughing. I was on Twitter and see, Menton was like, this bitch, Porsha is in the kitchen looking fabulous with a TV $3 meal. And I was like, yes, because I'm like, this bitch ain't making nothing. Stop it. That's why she couldn't answer Phaedra when she asked her what was she cooking. She didn't know. So they started talking about the kids, and then all of a sudden they got on the drama that happened with Cynthia and how her and Cynthia met up at the little thing, and how she couldn't believe Cynthia would come for her, and she don't know why would she do that, and the dirt. She was like, everybody know dirt on everybody. So Porsha was like, yeah, I know dirt on Peter, but not Cynthia. You know dirt on Cynthia? She was like, yeah, I know dirt on Cynthia and Peter. And I'm sitting there like, oh, but you wouldn't say nothing, but you saying this on national TV in front of the cameras. Girl, what about you telling them to worry about their motherfucking dirt and bar none and all this kind of shit and barely agencies and all this kind of stuff. You should have been more focused and you know they dirt. You should have been knowing your husband was stealing people money. I'm just saying. I just didn't like that whole scene of them. It just bothers me with all these housewives where they always say, I don't understand why bitches got my name in their mouth or whatever, but all y'all do it. All y'all, when y'all get with one, y'all talk about the next one, and then get mad and be talking shit on Twitter about people talking about y'all. All y'all do it. I don't follow none of them bitches on Twitter because I probably would cuss them out. Like, all y'all do this shit. So anyway, they talk about the doctor just invite, and she says she's not going. So then we got Kandi and Todd, and Kandi is looking up into her family little legacy book that her dad gave her, and it had her grandfather and stuff like that. So she wants to start one. They want to start a family and all this kind of stuff. They start talking about the counseling and what they did with Dr. Sherry, and Todd feel like that shit didn't work. And so she was like, I thought it worked, and Todd don't feel like it worked. I'm saying, like, where did it work at, Kandi? Did y'all have sex? Did you take the bonnet off? Where did it work at? I don't know. And he just said it was whack. So then she wants to do that pros and cons list. And I always thought you always wrote them separately and then came together and then worked on that, because I feel like it's not you're not doing nothing, you're not accomplishing nothing, or it's a waste of time to be sitting there talking about it and writing at the same damn time. I don't know. I think they should have did that separately, write it down, and then come together and talk about it together. But then I'm like, why? Because Kandi don't want to hear nothing about herself whatsoever. Her pros and cons that she liked. Her pros was that they used to kiss all the time and stuff like that. And then her cons was that he's mad all the time when he's at home. I'm sitting there like, yeah, because he deal with a lot of your bullshit. I think when Todd and Kandi had these segments or whatever, he be looking at her like, you only asking me this because the cameras is rolling now. Like, you wouldn't be asking me this if the cameras wasn't rolling. Now you trying to get an answer out of me. So now, since the cameras is rolling, you think I'm gonna answer this, and you still ain't getting what you want, Kandi. So. And then when you ask him, and then he give you these fucked up answers, then you don't know how to take them. Because she asked him his cons, and he said his cons was that Kandi don't like to deal with stuff. And I get why he'd say that, because she don't. So how can you be mad that he's mad all the time when you not dealing with issues? That's what's probably making him mad, Kandi. Um, then she asked him about his pros, and he took a long time to say some pros but I think he was just doing that to be funny. I don't think he was doing that to be spiteful. I think he was just doing that to be funny. But he said his pros was, you know, she's family oriented. So okay. Anyway, moving on. Claudia is with Gary, with the T from Dish Nation. She works with him. They shop together. They drink together. So she goes to his place and she tells him she wants to do comedy. He over there like, no, what's the problem? Leave that to the comedians. What's the problem? I mean, he was very supportive, but still also letting her like, this is a hard job. Why would you want to do that? So okay, that's cool. I'm sorry, I just saw something. And then moving on from them, whatever. Because I'm gonna talk about her again with that comedy thing. Phaedra and Nene. I'm gonna let everybody in the comments talk about Nene's hair because I feel like regardless of how much we go in on that bullshit that she keep putting on her head, she gonna keep doing it. Like, girl, somebody hate you. That's all I know. That whoever's doing Nene hair hates her. I know a lot of people that sell hair, Nene, holla at me. I'm just saying, I just made a video about pink hair imports. They doing hair. Kandi from Sweet Addiction, she used to sell hair. I'm not sure, but I know she gets through the hookup. You got True Secret 5000 sell hair. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of people I know that can hook you up, and you keep putting this bullshit on your head because you think you a rich bitch. I keep telling y'all, the richer people get, the dumber they dress. I don't know what's the problem with rich people in their fashion, but the richer they get, I just be like, huh? Why? Ain't nobody gonna do that, and you need to fire everybody around you. The motherfucker that did it, and everybody else that around you that told you it was cute. Anyway, sorry I said I wasn't gonna talk about her, and I just couldn't help it. But anyway, they talked about the drama that happened with the dinner with, because she was like, I ain't seen you since you was from Boobop, Kenya. And I'm sitting there like, so you talk about somebody, whatever, ain't there, but whatever. Then they started talking, she was saying how Phaedra was in a confessional talking about how Nene is a real friend because she drove an hour away. I said, no, bitch, Nene needs somebody to take with. That's why she drove an hour away. Nene needs to be all up in your business so she can throw it up in your face. That's why she threw it out. I just don't see her being sincere in this friendship. I really, really don't. It's hard to see Nene be sincere in any friendship. So they were talking about how disappointed Phaedra is in Cynthia, and then they started talking about her being all shady towards her. They started talking about Mr. Chocolate, and Nene like, who is Mr. Chocolate? She like, I don't know. I only have a best friend. Some white chocolate, some bullshit she said. And I'm like, girl, you lying. You lying like a motherfucker, and we can see right past it that Phaedra is lying. She lies. Like, this is why people don't trust lawyers. Because motherfucker, you doing this shit with a straight face. I'm just saying. And then she brings up she thought Kandi would have been a better friend to her. And I'm like, really? This is why I don't have too many friends. This is why I don't deal with too much people. I only deal with people through social media because I couldn't deal. I'd probably be in jail because I will boop-bop somebody real motherfucking quick. Like, that you don't call yourself my friend and then talk about me to somebody you know don't too much care about me, even though that we don't have paper towards each other. You know how Nene feels towards Kandi and thinks she's better than Kandi and have always said things to Kandi. So I don't understand why you will go to her and say that Kandi hasn't been a friend of you and you don't understand what's wrong and all this bullshit. I'm like, girl, wow. She just really badmouthed her to Nene and I just wasn't here for that. That's why I said I can't wait to the reunion. I can't wait to the reunion. I'm telling y'all, because I want Kandi to give it to Phaedra, Nene, all of them. I just really want this to happen. My bad, I'm looking at the ESPN and they showing like, classics of basketball fighting. My bad. That's a little bit more entertaining than the Real Housewives. Sorry. Claudia and Lunel, they meet up for drinks. Lunel, yeah, if y'all don't know her, she's a comedian. Oh my god, so damn funny. What's that last movie she played in? I think it was called High School. It was something about a high school, and she played the boy's mama. and she was like a drug dealer. Oh my, y'all remember the title of that movie? Leave it in the comment section. But that movie was hilarious, hilarious. I loved her in that movie. Then she also be like a regular on Raising Whitley with Kim Whitley on. She be like a regular on there. So she's really really funny. I like her. I like her stand up. All that, be real. All that, kudos to her. You brought life to the show tonight. I love it. But they were talking about Claudia's want to be stand up, and even she like, what the fuck? Like, won't y'all leave that shit to the comedians? But she still, like I said, she was still supportive of her. Like I said, I was so here for her. I wasn't even caring about Claudia wanting to be doing stand up. I was so here for Brunel and her little side comments and her drinking and her not taking off the straw and calling it a condom. Then she was talking about how she gotta go because she got a little thought waiting. I was dying laughing. That was like my highlight of this whole show. But I do what I want to say about Claudia, because they showed that little snippet, like it's right when it's 40 minutes in. They showed her doing a stand up and just rehearsing or whatever, and Demetria was there to show support, and I was looking just like Demetria, like, this ain't your calling, boo boo. But I get it. I get where Claudia is coming from. Like, you never know until you try. It's something that you can put on your list as life lesson. So I get it. I'm not gonna bash you about being a comedian because, like you said, if you never try, you never know where the hell you could be at. So kudos to you. At least you're trying to do something. Just saying. At least you're trying to work. I can't get mad at that. Kandi and Phaedra have a conversation. Kandi goes to her office and Phaedra give her this, hi, how you doing? I'm sitting there like, bitch, why you hugging her and saying how you doing when you were just talking about her in the confessional? You were just talking to Nene about her. You were just talking to Porsha about her. Like, girl, fake ass. Fake. So they start talking about, Todd and Kandi's sex life and all that kind of stuff. Just talking about little shit. Then, Kandi like, what's up? Like, you bringing this stuff up to Nene and, Nene bringing up the counseling. Then all of a sudden say we need to be there because we got some drama. Like, what's our problem? What's the beef? And Phaedra looking all the way around. Well, it really wasn't like that. Nene brought it up. Like, she looking everywhere except to Kandi. And that's when you know motherfuckers is lying. When they can't look dead in your face and you supposed to be their real goddamn friend, that's when you know they're either lying or not telling you all the way the truth. Only the truth that want to benefit them to make them look good. That's what Phaedra was giving me with Kandi. That's the bitch I'm telling you can't be trusted. So, Kandi was saying, I have a lot of stuff going on my plate and, my marriage and all this kind of stuff, just explaining why she hasn't been there. And she did say sorry for not being there for Phaedra. Phaedra looking at her like, bitch, please. And then in a confessional, gonna try to compare her shit to Kandi shit and don't understand the comparison, don't understand, talking about that's business. And, if all I had to do was worry about money, I'm like, really? Really, Phaedra? This is why I can't wait for the reunion. So I'm telling you, I want Kandi to read the fuck out of her. I really want Kandi to read the fuck out of her. So then, Kandi just basically was like, I just don't understand, like, if you have a problem with me, and I always say this about if you're supposed to be a real friend, if you have a problem with me, why the hell are you telling Nene of all people, the person that shaded you, talked about you, called you all these damn names, and you don't come to me? She gonna say, oh, well, people can change. I'm like, okay. We'll see if she changed. I'm just saying, people can change. I get that. People can change. But Nene haven't showed us not nan change. Yeah, change for the worse. I haven't seen Nene change for the better in shit. I don't know how many seasons. So she went from worse to bitch, I can't deal. I'm just saying. So then, Kandi asked her, are we good? And she was like, yeah. And I'm sitting there like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Until y'all square this shit away at the reunion. No, you're not. And then she still say she ain't gonna come to the counseling. And I feel like Kandi, like, bitch, well, why I gotta go if she ain't going? I just don't get it. Then they start talking, she start talking about Cynthia, calling her Satan's child. And you know, just like Kandi say, if you can work things out with Nene, why you can't work things out with Cynthia? And that's the person you probably could work out things with quicker than any damn body on the show. I'm just saying, because, you know, she want to be cool. So then we have this, let me finish this. We had the last little segment of the night was with Dr. Jeff and the whole counseling, and all the ladies were there except for Phaedra. You could tell that, you know, the little glam squad, they came late. Kenya, Claudia, and Cynthia, they came late because Nene kept kind of making little comments or whatever after Kandi had got there, and we probably know Kandi was probably late too. I'm just saying, editing, but I'm just saying because, you know, she always late. So they probably was a little bit late. So, I mean, hey, whatever. Nobody really wants to come anyway, so hey. So Nene started going on this thing because Dr. Jeff did say that we're going to start with you and you're going to be able to deal with a lot of stuff, and she was cool with that. But then, you know, she started bringing up how everybody was grown and a lot of people do this and a lot of people do that. And Kenya threw a little side eye because remember, she wasn't at the damn dinner the last time where Cynthia interrupted that part. So, she was like, you know, we all have room to be fun, but it's always drama and it's always negative and all this kind of stuff. So, Dr. Jeff stopped her and was like, okay, you know, do you have something to say? Because I seen your thing. And she was like, well, I wasn't invited to the dinner. And so Nene just jumped in real on the fence about how it wasn't, you know, meant to be negative and stuff like that, and what yada 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 whatever bullshit. And then Nene started telling Dr. Jeff, like, cause he was telling Kenya, like, you know, this is a place for everybody. I represent everybody. Everybody gonna be respectful, kind of stuff like that. And Nene was like, you don't represent me. You don't know me like that. I'm like, bitch, what? You asked this man to be here. You know how he is from when he did your family, and you are very, very disrespectful to this man. I don't understand how she was able to be disrespectful towards him. And how wasn't nobody fucking calling her out on that shit. They just looking at her like, and then saying that shit in the confessional. You know, you call that bitch out right then and there. But it was like a free fall for everybody to go at Nene because I don't feel like it was everybody going at Nene. I think that's just, he said, we're going to start with you. We ain't got to the other people yet, dumb asshole. So I don't understand why she was getting mad talking about this was an attack on Nene when he told you, we're going to start with you, dumb. I don't get it. I don't get how maybe the wig changes. I don't get it. So, you know, like I said, I was cracking up because when they showed Kandi eating, that would have been me. I would have been like, I got time for this shit. Give me another goddamn chicken, some strawberries. I don't know. This shit is retarded. So Kenya just basically was telling Nene, like, 1 minute we were friends at the tavern, and then the next time you seen me, you didn't want to have nothing to do with me. You was acting like we wasn't cool. Nene was like, we were never friends, and we were and I'm sitting there like, Nene, for real, you were cordial to them at the end of the night. You, regardless of you not friends, you were cordial to them at the end of the night. Then gonna say, well, I said that it's gonna take time. No, you did say that to Cynthia. You didn't say that to Kenya. You said that to Cynthia, that it was gonna take time for you to be cool with them. So that bitch, you just need to stop lying all the way around. And then you get mad because you're getting called out on your bullshit. Then it gets to why Cynthia has the problem with Nene. And like Cynthia said, like, you know, we don't know who we gonna fucking get. 1 minute we was cool, you know, with her or whatever. And then, you know, but Cynthia did say, I accept the part that I played and stuff like that. She did say that part, but she said when Nene called homeboy a bitch, and you know, they just played back all the shit that they had been through. But you know, Nene once again didn't have no goddamn answer for Cynthia neither. You know, Cynthia was calling her out on her sarcasm. Did she say she had fish eyes? I don't know. Somebody got fish eyes. I know I heard that part. But Nene was like, you're not a victim. And she was like, you don't want to go there. And I'm sitting there like, this is what counseling for. What is this for? Yeah, we want to go there. We want to put it all out on the goddamn table. What's the problem? Whatever. They were talking about how she talk over people. She do, and even the doctor kept telling her and calling her out on her bullshit of her talking over people, not letting people talk and shit like that. Nene want to be able to say what she gotta say, and then when somebody else say something or say something directed towards her, she can't take it. Then she calls Cynthia a mean girl and say, "Oh, now you got your backbone," or something like, "You got your voice yet," or some shit. And I'm sitting there like, girl, you mad. You mad because that's the only one you can go hard with. And you think she's scared of you, and now you're mad because you got home but told her don't be scared of your motherfucking ass. So now you don't know how to take it. Then you got Kandi. Last one was Kandi telling her how she feel or whatever. And Kandi was just like, well, Nene, you always have to mark your territory. You always have to say how you was original and you this and you that. And you did call Cynthia irrelevant and stuff. And they showed all that part. So, Bravo was showing what everybody was saying about Nene. Then she was like, because she was like, the way you did her and then you just threw her away. Do you just throw your friends away? Just call Nene out on her bullshit. And Nene, hush mode. Hush. I told y'all, it's something about Kandi. She don't do battles with Kandi. That's one of them. Out of all the housewives, she don't fucking do battle with Kandi. She got her ass up and left. She couldn't take all that heat, and when Kandi put the nail in the coffin, she couldn't take that shit, and she got her back, and she fucking left. She couldn't take what the doctor was saying to her, and the whole time I'm over there like, Porsha is looking like a deer in headlights, like, oh my god. When I'm over there like, Porsha, what the fuck are you there for? I don't get it. Who got beef with you? Because you are irrelevant to all of them that's sitting there. So I don't understand why Porsha was there. But tell me why she was there. Who she got beef with? Who she got beef with? Because her and Kenya squashed it, they just don't deal. So who she got beef with? No damn body. What was she there for? I don't get it. Demetria wasn't there. So why was Porsha there? I don't get it. And then Nene started attacking Dr. Jeff at the elevator when he tried to go back and get her. Oh, and it did. When Nene walked out, Porsha, why you didn't run? You were so busy worried about Kandi running after Phaedra. Why the fuck you didn't run after Nene and that's your homegirl? Did I miss some shit? Maybe she needs to call you out on that shit because you had the nerve to call somebody else out on it. But the way Nene disrespected Dr. Jeff at that elevator talking about his license and all that kind of shit, I was done. I was so fucking done. I was like, oh wow. But y'all tell me what y'all thought about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Season 7, episode 17. That's all I have for you guys. Sorry this video is long. It's probably gonna take a long time to upload since it's so damn long. Make sure you check out Ashley Miller. Much Love from KY, Forrest Rocks, Color Me Pink, my girl Keisha Irvin, Cemented, Tam G. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get ready for bed tonight. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next video. Make sure you follow me Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, Xbox Live. Also, I did a video about pink hair imports. They're having a hair expo here in Vegas, March the 25th. So if you're in the Vegas area, come support the hair expo event. It's only $5 to get in. 2 people, you pay $8. 3 people, you pay $10. It's a lady. Her name is Jazzy. Her name on Facebook is Jazzy Shay. So you guys can go and talk to her. She takes phone orders, online orders, all that good stuff, and have deals on some good weed. So go check her out. You know how I do when I show my support. Support is everything. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.